Hello, hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm your creator and host, RichE. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. What's up, y'all? I'm back for another episode, and get this, the episode is on time. What? I'm getting better, y'all. I'm getting back in the groove of it. So instead of the episodes releasing on like a Friday-ish, Monday-ish type time frame, Monday is my new day, just in case you weren't aware. That is the day that I am shooting for, and I am hoping that you get these things when you wake up in the morning. It then popped up on your phone. Listen to Mindfully Rich Podcast, okay? So that's what I'm shooting for, and I just want to thank everybody who's been tuning in, all of the listening, all of the shares, all of the support as a whole. Y'all keep me going. Okay, y'all are the reason why I do this podcast, and I just can't thank y'all enough for always reaching out, letting me know how you feel, whether that's good, whether it's bad, or you think the advice isn't something that you can follow, allowing me to clarify anything that's been said. Y'all are just great, and I truly, truly appreciate all my day ones, and of course, all of my new listeners. So just thank y'all so much. And so, want to say, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Whatever platform you are listening on, make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you write that review. Y'all have been doing so good with the reviews, and I just want to keep those up because I have so many listeners and the reviews don't match the listeners, okay? So if y'all would take some time out this week, okay? This is my ask, okay? Or even while you're listening to the episode, let's take a minute. Let's just take a minute right now. Go ahead and write a review. All right, bet. Okay, y'all writing the review. Okay, cool. Get that review written, and don't forget, share. Whatever streaming platform you're listening to this podcast on, remember, there is somebody that needs to hear this. Share that episode with them. Share it on your social media. Copy me. Is it copy? What is it called? Tag. Look at me. My geriatric millennial-ish is coming out right now, okay? Tag me, not to copy me, all right? Tag me on social media. And my social media platform of choice for the podcast is IG. So I'm at mindfully_rich_podcast. That's where you can find me at if you are sharing the episodes on your social media through stories, whatever it is that you see fit. Make sure you tag your girl. Okay, and so let's go ahead and jump on into it. And so this month, I'm focusing on money and relationships, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do a series for a while, but also check this out. I got ADD, so sometimes I'll say I'm starting a series, but my mind will just be like, no, I know you said you're going to do this. We want to talk about this, because the way I do these episodes is I let the spirit move me. Okay, if the spirit moves me to talk about something, that's what I'm going to do. But for the month of August, I'm talking about money and relationships. And this is what I'm going to do. If the spirit starts moving me, my ADD-ness starts to kick in, I'm just going to have a bonus episode. It's just going to pop up randomly. All right, that's what's going to happen for that. But just know the regular episodes for the month of August, I am talking about money and relationships because it's so important to talk about money before you even enter a relationship with someone. All right. And so this particular episode, I'm going to speak to the people who are dating, those people who are going on those dates. And I specifically feel like you should bring money up on the third date. I know y'all probably like, why the third date, right? So for me, when it comes to dating and my conversations that I like to talk about, so the topics that are important to me initially, first and second date, likes, dislike, faith, family, mental health. Third date, money, okay? Money. It is so important to understand how somebody looks at money, what their mindset is about money, just understanding as a whole where they're at. Okay, so these are conversations that should be had, but I do understand a lot of people are scared to talk about money, right? But this is the thing. You should be scared of being unequally yoked with a person who spends money like they crazy, spending it like water, okay, and then won't bat an eye. All right, you should be scared of coupling up with somebody that has a negative mindset around money. All right. And what I'm talking about when I say negative mindset, meaning they see so many obstacles that come in the way of them getting or gaining the financial success that they want in their life. Instead of them thinking like optimistically and realizing you are the master of your fate and the captain of your financial ship. Okay. Preach. All right. That's a little Invictus for y'all. Okay. And so you should be scared of blindly coupling with somebody not knowing how they handle the most important currency that provides the lifestyle that you and your potential partner are seeking in life. Okay? So if I haven't expressed just how important talking about money is, continue listening. Okay? Because it is super important. Now, before you start asking these questions of your future honey, you got to make sure that you did the shadow work yourself and ask yourself these questions and can provide them with your answers. I would not send y'all out here into the world talking about, I was listening to RichE and she said on the third day, ask about this, and then you can't answer those same questions. So you have to make sure you're able to do that. And also be transparent. You have to be transparent with whomever it is that you're seeing and let them know how you feel about money and the reason why you're asking these questions, why it's important to you, because that makes a difference. Somebody approaching me, asking me questions, and I don't know what the motive is versus somebody letting me know how they feel, them being vulnerable enough to let that out and let me know that that's important to them. I'm going to be more willing to want to answer those questions. So please, make sure y'all follow it in that order. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into our mindful money moment for the day. And check this out. I do have a music title inspiration for y'all. And it comes from one of my favorite artists, K Camp, Money Baby. And here are 5 questions to ask on your third date. Now, disclaimer. I want y'all to know that I carefully selected these questions. I came up with these questions, and they are for decision-making purposes only in considering a relationship with a future partner. All right. I did not create these questions for you to be nosy. They don't even come off nosy. All right. That ain't the approach that I want y'all going for. So just understand these questions are going to give you insight on how a person thinks and how they're currently moving in their financial life. All right, let's go ahead and get into these questions. So the first question is, do you believe in financial roles in a relationship? Now, what I love about this question is you just ask it. There's nothing else you need to say. They're going to answer it the way that they hear it. And the information that you're going to gain from this is going to let you know, does this person feel like certain people are responsible for paying bills, expenses, etc. However it is they respond, they're going to give you what responsibilities they believe a person should play in a relationship. The second question is, do you spend money when you're emotional? The follow-up to that question is, which emotion makes you spend the most? Now, here on Mindfully Rich Podcast, I talk about emotional spending a lot, okay? Because it plays a big part in how we spend our money, all right? And when I'm talking about emotions, I'm talking about when you're mad, when you're sad, when you feel lonely, when you feel envious, jealous. All of those emotions can make you spend money. All right. I'm not even finna sit here and tell y'all to think about the last time you spent some money because your emotions was playing with you. Okay. Our emotions do it all the time. And so this is a good, deep question because I'm a deep person. I'm a Capricorn. Okay. Earth signs. No, but this question lets you know potentially if this person is going to be your future mate, how they're going to react when it comes to their emotions. Because I don't even need to tell y'all, when you're in a relationship, there are going to be a roller coaster of emotions. You want to see if that person's going through said emotions, are they going to be spending money when they're going through it? Okay. How do they react to that? Another follow-up question to that could be, how do you react when you are going through these emotions, outside of spending money? That's another good deep question, but go ahead and we're going to stick to the script. Okay, stick to this one and make sure you do ask them if they do say that there's an emotion that makes them spend money. Make sure you ask them which emotion that is. That also gives you some insight, because if somebody tells me they feeling jealous all the time because they looking at social media, so they feel like they got to spend money. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work for me. Okay, because that could tell me that you're just a jealous person. I don't like stuff like that. That's just me specifically. All right. And so it just gives you a little bit of insight. So I like that question. All right. The next question is, how much does your dream house and car cost? I love this question. Okay. And let me tell you why. This will let you know what type of lifestyle your potential partner wants to live. And then you get a chance to see, does their wants align with your wants? When somebody's telling you about their future house, okay, or the vehicle that they see themselves driving, you're going to get a chance to see, how much does that house cost? Okay. Are you looking for something that's a modest house? Okay. Something along the lines of, I'm in California, so thinking modest, a $300,000 house. Or is this person looking for a $500,000 or something a little bit higher, $1 million type home? All right. Because you get a chance to understand what those expenses are going to look like. If you want to live big, you're going to be paying some big bills. Okay. Are you ready for big bills? Does that align with what it is that you see for yourself, or the vehicle that they choose? What does that look like? Because those bigger dreams require bigger money. All right. Bigger funds to fund those dreams. And are you going to be down for funding those dreams? You have to have some type of alignment in how you spend money. So asking this question allows them to dream a little bit, and you can dream a little bit too, because remember I said in the beginning, you're not only asking questions, but you're going to be telling them what it is that you want as well. And y'all get a chance to see before you even commit. Are we aligned? Does this, are we financially aligned with the things that we want? Y'all might be, y'all might not be. All right. So this is your way of finding that out. The fourth question is, do you pay for convenience or do you go for the best deal? Now, this is kind of sort of a little bit seeing if the person is cheap. All right. And cheap ain't bad depending on the person. Some people like cheap. All right. There's a lot of people in the world, people with money who are cheap. All right. But I'm one of those people who will pay for conveniences. All right. Let me give you an example of that. I don't fly cheap. I love Southwest. I cannot wait until I can tell y'all Southwest is sponsoring this podcast or the Mindful Money Moment, right? Okay. I'm dreaming right now. Okay. But I don't fly cheap. Not saying that Southwest is the most expensive, but lots of people don't like Southwest because they say their flights are more expensive than others. I don't search for the cheapest flights. I always go to Southwest. I don't care what another airline is doing. Definitely not flying Spirit. Okay. Even if they sponsored this podcast, I'm still not flying that. All right. And so I'm a Southwest girl. So I pay for that. I also pay for early bird check-in with Southwest because I don't want to have to wait the next day, because not the next day. So when you book a Southwest flight, you check in the day before your flight. So 24 hours before the flight. And when you're doing that, you have to check in at whatever that time is. So if I fly out at 6 a.m., I'm not finna be up at 6 a.m. the day before sitting here trying to click the check-in. I pay for the early bird check-in because that's my business. All right. And so that's what I do. I pay for convenience because I'm one of those people. I feel like I can always make more money. That is the way that I'm the master of my financial ship. Okay. I truly believe I can make money. I can get out here and I can earn the money. But what I can't get back is my time. So I don't play around when it comes to my time. All right. Another example of paying for convenience, I like Instacart. All right. And I can't wait to tell y'all, Instacart is sponsoring the Mindful Money Moment. Okay, that's going to be cool, right? I know. I can't wait either. But I like Instacart, and I will pay for the convenience of me not having to go to the store. I will select everything I need to select at the crib and then go either pick it up or have somebody bring those groceries to me. I will pay for that because I am a person who pays for convenience. Not that I can't be cheap on certain things, but when you ask this question of the person, they get a chance to explain that. And I just gave you some examples. So just in case, if they're like, what does that mean? You also, remember, you're also answering this question as well for them. Okay? And the last question is, are you able to keep money after you pay bills? Woo! Okay. Reason why this question is last, because this is going to bring up some emotions. Because if a person is living paycheck to paycheck, they don't like questions like this. Now, not that I'm telling you to say this question because it's going to piss them off, but you'll get a chance to see, do they have some money left over after they're paying their bills? So many times people want to ask the question of, how much money do you make? That don't determine how much money they keep. Okay? So people out here asking people, how much money you make? And they tell you, oh, I make 6 figures, but they also spend 6 figures. So what now? What does that even do? Yes, that number looks cute, that they make 6 figures, but if they spending the same 6 figures that they make, they ain't got no money. They can't save nothing. They can't do nothing. They strapped for cash. All right. And so asking the question, like I phrased it, are you able to keep money after your bills, allows you not to dig too deep into how much money you make, but you're asking an honest question. They may say, yes, I am able to. They may go into more detail, but you're not asking for the number. You're just asking a question just to see. Because that gives you an idea of, is this person living paycheck to paycheck? Are they going to be financially solid? Okay? Stability is one of my love languages, y'all. Okay? And so I truly believe that this is an important question to ask. All of the questions are. Okay? All of them are very important. But also notice, they're not nosy questions. They're decision-making questions. They're thought-provoking type questions. And that's what you're going for. You're not asking these questions to be nosy. You're asking these questions because they matter. Because before you enter into a relationship with someone, you should know where they stand financially. All right, y'all, this episode is getting long, but I hope that this information is beneficial to you. And when you going on that third date, hopefully you feel confident about these questions that I've given you. And I want to make sure that you also are doing the shadow work on yourself. Answer these questions for yourself first. Then you can ask them on not the first, not the second, but the third date. All right. And so a few church announcements. Please make sure you are subscribed on whatever listening platform you're listening to the podcast on. Continue to listen. Do all of the sharing with everyone. And want to let y'all know, if y'all would like to drop a love offering for Mindfully Rich Podcast, got lots of things coming up. And of course, things cost money. All right. My Cash App is $RichE85. And if you would like to sponsor the Mindful Money segment, you can email me at mindfullyrich@gmail.com. And also for any advertisements, branding with the podcast, go ahead and send me an email. And did I forget anything? Reviews. Make sure y'all writing them reviews. Okay. And I think that's it. Thank y'all so much. Really appreciate y'all being here yet another week. And remember, in the month of August, I'm talking about money and relationships. So share this episode with everybody, y'all. All right. Y'all go ahead and live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.